EA Sports just dropped their Ultimate Team Deep Dive, which gives us an actual look into what Ultimate Team is going to be like. As somebody who uploads pretty much just Ultimate Team content, from trading and making you guys millions of coins to just ripping nonstop packs towards the end of the year, this is what I've been waiting for. And what I've seen so far in the community, I haven't yet watched the video, you're going to see my live reaction to that here in a second, is that it's actually good. And I have seen there's speculation on actually getting a win when the opponent quits at 0-0, which we've only been asking for a decade. It might actually be coming. Now, am I coming out here and immediately saying this is worth spending $100 on? Don't get ahead of yourself. We're going to determine that in the next couple of minutes. So let's go ahead and see what this Ultimate Deep Dive is all about. It's about 5 minutes long. We're going to watch it. I'll stop it at times that I think are significant. Let's go.
Here's what's new in Football Ultimate Team for FC26. An exciting expansion of FUT's competitive structure with live events, including Gauntlets and the return of tournaments, introducing more ways to compete and earn rewards.
We've heard of both of those so far.
Rivals and champs, including the
we got to see what it's all about.
And the addition of a second tier of Weekend League.
A second tier of Weekend League? Hold on. Are we going to get into more of this, or are they just glossing? I feel like this is a deep dive. They're going to get back to this.
Huge improvements to disconnects on draws, plus repeats.
That's what I'm talking about.
EVOs and
disconnects on draws.
Experience, powered by community
Repeatable
feedback
EVOs.
Specifically
competitive gameplay. That's just a buzzword.
Let's kick off with live events, a new home for a variety of competitions, starting with the return of tournaments. Backed by popular demand, tournaments are high-stakes knockout football at its best, with winners advancing and losers getting sent back to the lobby. Tournament matchmaking ensures you'll always face an opponent in the same round as you.
So here's what I'm seeing so far. With the return of tournaments, which used to exist in several different ways, I guess you could say. Obviously, FUT Draft still exists, but that was cool for about a week into FIFA 16, and then, you know, for the last decade, it's been pretty irrelevant. There were daily knockout tournaments back in FIFA 17, and everybody loved those daily knockout tournaments, despite the fact that they were very sweaty. The reward at the end was actually worth going for, which actually got you to play gameplay. It got me to play gameplay, and that's something that's actually been pretty difficult to do over the last few months for me. Daily knockout tournaments were a success. They never did them again for some reason. And so I'm thinking that it's going to be like this. The only problem I have with it, though, is if they're only going to be matching you up with players that are in the exact same tournament, of course, in the exact same round of that tournament, if this is not a main game mode, if it's not something that people are consistently getting on to play like Rivals and FUT Champs have been, you're not going to be able to find an opponent after the first couple weeks. And you're going to be sitting there for, you know, not able to find an opponent, because you already have that problem in FUT Draft. You already have that problem in other game modes over the last couple of years as well. And that's exactly what this is going to turn into if it's not executed well and people aren't playing it all the time. Then you're just not going to be able to find opponents. And that's what could kill the game mode, and I'm already calling it right now.
Guaranteeing intense matchups every step of the way. You'll compete for unique, tournament-specific rewards and have regular opportunities to experience the
I thought that the gold pack was the reward for winning the tournament, and then they clicked on it. It's only for winning round one. I was like, that's not going to get people playing it. That's for sure.
And glory of knockout football throughout the season. Gauntlets are a new live event designed to test your club depth, making every one of your players more important and challenging your ability to compete with different squads. Each gauntlet consists of a set number of matches. But here's the catch. You must use a completely new squad every single match. Unlike tournaments, you won't get knocked out when you lose, but the more wins you get, the better your rewards will be. Live events...
I like that. I like the gauntlet idea because it forces you to use a different team. First of all, it also lets you be a lot more creative. I can already, like, as a person making content, which, by the way, you should subscribe, I am already thinking of ideas like going into an ultimate gauntlet but having to use a different team of a certain nation every single time. So, like, I have to use Japan, then South Korea, then Australia, or something like that. and just making my own challenges within Gauntlet. That could be fun content for our live streams and stuff like that. But just in general, not using the exact same players over and over and over again, it adds a little bit of spice to the game. I like Gauntlet. I think that's the best idea we've seen so far. The single nation tournament, obviously that's one of the tournaments we just talked about. Tournaments we've seen before. It's not new. Tournaments aren't new. It's like EA Sports taking something that they've already had, got rid of, and then just reintroducing it like it is new. That's not new. We've seen it before. Gauntlet's kind of like a new concept, so I'm excited for that.
Also replacing and reinventing friendlies. Live events, including gauntlets and tournaments, can have squad requirements, house rules, and newly added entry requirements, allowing you to qualify for events by completing objectives, such as winning a qualifier tournament. We've also made big changes to Rivals and Champs based on your feedback. Bounties are the first huge addition to Rivals. One-game objectives that pop up every few matches and give you a chance at immediate rewards. Complete the challenge and you'll earn weekly reward points, accelerated progress, season pass points, or even packs. Bounties won't always be about the win, with challenges like score the first goal giving you a chance to earn rewards regardless of the match result.
So bounties, this could be, this is going to go in a lot of different directions, bounties. This is a good idea, I guess, but like think about it from a player perspective, from our perspective, not EA's and not from a exciting new feature perspective. It's a good idea, but here's the problem. The game it's long. And even though there's only 15 games in Foot Champs now, as opposed to what it used to be with 40, which is very good that they've made it less and more attainable to a casual player to actually like complete that in a weekend. Like not even casual. Like you can't be a casual player and do weekend league, but Foot Champs it's a little bit more doable now, is what I'll say. And it's going to make, there's going to be no rage quits anymore. Because of these, there's not going to be any rage quits. People are going to get their first goal. You're going to come back. You're going to be up 5-6-1, and they're just going to sit there and rubber band so that they can get their bounty completed. And that's the downside to this, in my opinion. But it is cool. Only thing that worries me is if there's too many rewards. If you're getting, like obviously every year, rewards have gotten better and better and better. And now this year in FC25, the power curve is way too quick. And so Jamie Kane has come out and he said that they're slowing down the power curve, yet everything points in the opposite direction. Everything points in the direction that it's not going to be slowed down at all, that the power curve is just going to be as fast as FC25. And now you're adding more and more rewards for every single game. That speeds up the power curve. So that's the only downside to it, but that's not the only downside to it, but there are plus like positives too
with challenges
the
like
bounties as well.
Goal,
So it's like 50-50. Let me know what you guys think of bounties. Good or bad? Bounties good or bounties bad? Let me know in the comments.
To help players who felt stuck in difficult divisions, with the addition of limited checkpoints, which allow relegation after a set number of losses. We heard your feedback.
Okay, that's good. Relegation's a good idea.
In FC26, you'll qualify for Champions directly by reaching a high enough division and earning Champions qualification points. And for those lower division players, we're introducing Challenges, a second tier of champions that allows people of different skill levels to experience the thrill of Weekend League. But don't worry, Champions will still be the pinnacle.
Hello. All right, Challengers. I'm glad they introduced a game mode for me. It's about time that I got something for me and for Zwayback. You know, we need a home, right? We need a home. No, I'm just kidding. Zway is a good player. I also probably should be in Champs. I won't be in Challenger as much, but it's like the Europa League. It's like the second division, huh? Not quite for the guys who are cut out for Champs. Might make Champs harder.
With stiffer
Might make Champs harder. I wonder what division
we're building on our improvements in FC25
you need to get to be in Champs. If they're going to do it like 5 or 6.
Players shouldn't be able to take wins away from you by quitting early.
It's honestly almost insulting.
From you by quitting early.
It's almost insulting that it's part of their trailer. You know, like we've been asking for this feature for 12 years, and it's taken you that long to introduce it. that long. Why this hasn't been a thing since the beginning of Ultimate Team is beyond me. Why it wasn't added a decade ago is beyond me. But at least it's finally here. Yeah, if you forfeit at any point, it should be a win.
Typically happen, and when they're the most frustrating. Late in a game, after a red card, or before a penalty. In FC 26, if the score is tied and your opponent disconnects in any of these situations, not just by the menu, but by any method, you will receive the win.
Any of those situations, so red card, penalty, and late in the game. How late are they talking? Just second half? Either way, it's a good introduction. Probably should be even sooner in the game. I wouldn't mind, like, if you get, 5 minutes into the match. You get 5 minutes into the match, I think that you should be able to just get the win. The game has already started, and I've seen a lot of people quit a few minutes into the match once they realize that they're outmatched, and they'll quit at 0-0 because somebody can get 4 or 5 shots on target. Their goalkeeper makes a bunch of saves. They just can't even build out of the back. Obviously, the opponent is so much better, and then they just quit. A couple minutes into the match, knowing that they're outmatched, they don't want to play anymore, and they just kind of screw over their opponent. That's going to continue to happen unless they make it so that you can get the win at any point in the game. So, step in the right direction nonetheless. There's no downside to this change. Well. I'm just saying they can do better and make it even better.
Similar to how it works with SBCs and objectives.
Repeatable
EVOs will now also stack, and you'll be able to maintain the look of some EVOs so you can still boost the player's ratings without losing existing visuals. The Ultimate Edition comes with 1 extra EVO slot.
Hold on.
Meaning you'll be able to EVO 2 players at once from the very beginning of the year. We know these details matter, and each will make the Ultimate Team experience better. But the most fundamental change, and the one you've been the most vocal about, is gameplay. Well,
okay, hold on. So as you can see right here, not all of them are repeatable. You can see by the top left, Team of the Week rarity upgrade is repeatable, but some of them aren't repeatable. So we'll see how popular that is. It's a slight change. I don't think it's really that crazy. But for people that love EVOs, if there's a good one, that is repeatable. You can do it with a lot of different cards now. So just like SBCs, you got repeatable EVOs. Improve gameplay. Now, this is the part of the video where I'm just going to probably shake my head for the rest of the time.
Ultimate Team now has its very own gameplay experience called competitive gameplay.
Okay.
It's tuned to maximize 3 things: responsiveness, consistency, and control. And it's designed to deliver the fast, dynamic, and attacking football you've been asking for. We mentioned quicker passing, more fluid dribbling, fewer AI blocks and tackles, fewer bounce backs, and more responsive animations in our gameplay deep dive. But there are even more ways competitive gameplay is tuned for player control and responsiveness. You'll see fewer goals from keeper rebounds. Although this happens in real life, we know it's a frustrating way to concede. And
How often do they say that there's going to be fewer rebounds from goalkeepers?
we know it's a frustrating way to concede, and it feels out of your control. That's the exact feeling competitive gameplay is aimed at addressing. Player stamina is also being treated differently. As your players tire, they'll remain just as explosive and agile.
Dude, I'm not going to lie to you. They're saying all the right things. They are absolutely crushing it with this. Everything that we've wanted, everything we've asked for, they have addressed. They have addressed not everything, but they're hitting all the buzzwords that we want to hear, and it worries me because I don't know if it's actually going to come true. I don't know if it's actually going to be the case when the actual game comes out. Of course, I have a beta code. I don't know how many of you guys have beta codes. You can let me know down below. But they're saying all the right things about gameplay that we want to hear more than ever before. The only thing is they lie a lot. So we'll see if it actually comes true.
But only when you're controlling them to reward active defending.
But I don't know if I've ever watched a deep dive.
One-touch passes are also more responsive. Now, passes can sometimes be triggered in as little as 1 frame before receiving the ball, making your players more reactive to split-second decisions you make. Each of these changes makes the game feel more responsive and encourages you to be in control, which is the feeling we want you to have when you play Ultimate Team this year. Ultimate Team is about you, the players you love, Your tactics, your favorite modes, the choices you make as you play. And we hope that by expanding FUT,
they got me cheesing. They got me excited for this game. I cannot believe it.
Of the FUT experience and introducing competitive gameplay that you'll feel in control on and off the pitch. Look out for more FUT info in the pitch notes right after this and on our social channels. Pre-order the FC.
Nah, I can't believe it, man. I can't believe it. EA Sports have me cheesing for freaking FC 26. They've got me excited for a game that I honestly, I have not been optimistic about. This has been a very bad year for Ultimate Team. FC 25's power curve has been ridiculously fast. That has ruined the entire experience for a lot of people. It has really turned the game into something that we've never wanted it to look like. And EA Sports, despite the fact that I don't believe them that they're going to slow down the power curve, I am at least hopeful that they've actually covered all the things I've complained about. They've actually talked about the things I've complained about. Now, do I believe that they're going to actually change it? Probably not. I don't know if they will, but given the pattern that we have recognized over the last decade, we've seen a couple of good games. FIFA 14, FIFA 15 pre-price ranges, FIFA 17, 18 was okay, but then we got to a period between FIFA 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. That's 7 FIFAs in a row, 7 FCs in a row that have been terrible. And only even though 19 was probably the worst one ever, and 24 was really, really bad, and 25, obviously a lot of people have disliked 25 as well. It's not getting any better. And even if there's a slight improvement here, there's a drop-off somewhere else. And it's just underwhelming every single year. We've been doing the same thing over and over again, where EA Sports raise our hopes and then crush us when the actual game comes out, and then we're waiting another 51 weeks for the next game to come out. And it's a cycle that is just over and over and over again. It would be silly of me to actually go out and believe that this is going to change things. But what I will say is that is the best deep dive I think they have ever released. So they're throwing everything at the wall. And quite frankly, I think it might be their last chance. This might be their last chance because they've said everything now. They have put it all on the line. Everything we have ever complained about in Ultimate Team, they are alleging that they have fixed. We'll see. We'll see. We've got a little over a month to go till FC 26. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out on any of that content coming to our channel here on Nitro Gaming. And I'll see you guys in the next video.